When it comes to the MCU multiverse version of the Illuminati, we ended up getting quite a few members that were rumored, but of course there were still plenty of them missing. One of the biggest missing key members that obviously had his presence felt in the film was Tony Stark. Now we hear a little bit about his impact on Earth 838. So this comes at us directly from the producer of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, who had an interview with Empire magazine. Now this is the producer Richie Palmer, who's of course one of the many people that's been assigned, different corners of the Marvel universe that he then talks about. As we know, in the last couple of years, Marvel Studios decided to take Kevin Feige's job and sort of, partition it out to various other people so he doesn't have to look over 30 projects at development at any given time. So he talked a little bit about Earth 838 and the Illuminati that they had there, and the idea, concepts, and of course what happened with Tony Stark was brought up. And he says that if you look at this world that we have, Ultron exists. The Ultron bots exist. So the idea was that Age of Ultron ended up succeeding the way Tony wanted it to succeed. Essentially, the AI that becomes Ultron worked as intended, and Ultron became a protector. You could have a Ultron in every single corner of the universe, and those bots would be controlled by one central unit. As Tony said, a suit of armor around the world. So this was the idea that they decided to go with. And the reason that Tony Stark isn't there with the Illuminati when Wanda is there, it's because, obviously, his mission succeeded. He doesn't need to be there. He's got Ultron bots there doing his job, what they're programmed to do. So quite obviously, I think this is the conclusion everybody got when they watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think this is what everybody walked away with going, that kind of makes sense. But it's nice to finally have an explanation and sort of an understanding of what happened. And I would guess that if we ever get back to Earth 838, which I think we will, we are going to see more of the ramifications of everything that happened, but also Ultron himself, as well as Tony controlling that Ultron and whatever they decide to do with it, or maybe even merge two into one in some sort of crazy way. I mean, you could technically spin the superior Iron Man as that, and that would work. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, but at least now we know why Tony wasn't there, because Ultron succeeded. So what I get from this is that the MCU 616 is a complete disaster compared to every other multiverse. It's like our own universe.